Hello, Galaxy! I'm Chris Pirillo, and you've tuned into another live edition of Pirillo Picks. It's part of the TLDR live broadcast that goes out to patrons. I just had a pretty lengthy discussion about Instagram and the potential algorithm change and kind of giving tips and tricks for using Instagram. And this morning I posted one Instagram photo of a recent acquisition that I'm about to showcase for you in today's show and tell. As I've started to do, since I have a few options here, I kind of let this part of TLDR be a choose-your-own adventure for the patrons, and not everybody necessarily put in their vote, but I gave them a choice, and they said they wanted to see the new Star Wars tissue boxes and a bonus that I'm going to surprise you at the end. Trust me, this is absolutely worth paying attention to. This morning, I posted this image. Patrons saw this last week when I got the first round of these. They are Star Wars tissue boxes, brand new, but they are surfacing not The Force Awakens, oddly enough, but the original trilogy movies, including The Empire Strikes Back at least, and A New Hope. I was looking to see if Return of the Jedi was truly represented. I don't know if it is here. Here you can see, it says A New Hope, Jawa, Sand People, Tatooine. Use the Force, Luke. Master versus Apprentice. That's no moon. Tractor beam. It's kind of neat. Now, these, I'd imagine, are collectible. I'm not going to go as far as to hold on to them indefinitely. I will be using them. So, as I posted earlier, I can't wait for allergy season to start, man, because I am going to be using these tissues. I already cracked into one, and these are just regular tissues and everything. But I think out of all the box designs, this one's my favorite. Vader, 3PO, Boba Fett, a Stormtrooper, a Biff. We got a Rebel pilot, R2-D2, Stormtrooper coming around, as well as Admiral Ackbar. So this one, a sand person. This one would be the closest to Return of the Jedi that might have been represented, if only because Admiral Ackbar is in the picture. I just like the design. This is really cool. Being someone who just enjoys how Star Wars is on everything, I couldn't pass them up. They were like $1.39. I used a gift card that I earned courtesy of go.tagjag.com/free apps. They had a gift card for the store. If I can find where you can get these online, I'll be sure to put a link for you in the description. So now you've seen that cube. I will move on to the next. Yes, there's way more than one. In fact, when I went into the store the other week, because I just checked the section, because every once in a while you see branded Star Wars stuff. Wasn't expecting this. This one says Return of the Jedi. Okay, this is Return of the Jedi. There's Lando Calrissian, the Millennium Falcon that still has the radar dish, Y-Wings, X-Wings. That must be the second Death Star there. Admiral Ackbar represented. Okay, and it says Return of the Jedi, small letters. Anyway, so I thought there was just 3 designs, but I'm glad I waited to do this showcase because it turns out that there are more than just 3, including these others that I'm going to show you here. Come on, this is really cool. What you could do is you could capture, using Jiffy or whatever, an animated GIF of the rotating Kleenex box if you absolutely care. These are not Borg cubes, although that would be an amazing crossover for Star Trek. Probably would have skipped the Star Trek boxes of tissues, but was happy that I found these because allergy season, as I said, is upon us. I would likely only go through and collect these if they had Vader on them, like I've done earlier, tissues with Darth Vader stuff and other Star Wars characters on them. This one's very densely packed with ships and whatnots. This is the final of the tissue cubes, dominated mostly by helmets. Of course, we see the Imperial insignia here in Han Solo and Carbonite. Or faces, I should say, because Yoda's there. A couple of stars. Oddly enough, it's Star Wars. I don't know. Yeah, I guess stars were on at least one other box. The other one that I just showed you was dominated by ships, so this is kind of corresponding to that. Oh, although we do have the Death Star. Potentially the second Death Star, the way it's kind of designed there. Really neat. I like line art. I was always a fan of line art. Now, I promised you at the beginning of this particular recording a bonus. Let me go ahead and turn off the rotating disc, and now you can see the patrons behind me, although a lot of them are kind of quiet this morning, which is fine, because it allows me to talk. I can't really talk over them because then they drown me out. If you follow me in social, you likely saw something that I tweeted out earlier today. Something that I think I've showed off before, but I don't show off all that often, but as a bonus. Since we're talking about tissue paper and collectibles, I thought I would talk about some collectible tissues that are truly one of a kind. This is a napkin autographed by Mark Hamill for Chris the Gnome. And by the way, I've got a picture. I tweeted it out with Mark holding on to this. This is absolutely authentic. For Chris the Gnome. Come see my Broadway show and I'll sign a proper cloth napkin. Forcefully yours, Mark Hamill. So there's that. Then I also have to Chris the Gnome. You are no match for me. Jeremy Bulloch, Boba Fett. I have Jeremy Bulloch's personalized autograph on a napkin. This one is, I gotta hold it upside down. Ray Park's autograph, aka Darth Maul. Feel the Force. Ray Park to Chris the Gnome. And then I couldn't quite see that. It was hard for me to make that out. Maybe can someone translate what it says down there? If anyone can translate the Ray Park signature, that'd be great. Napkins weren't awesome. The story, I'll tell you how it went. Amy Allen to Chris the Gnome. Not very personalized, but still on a napkin. I'll tell you how this became a thing. To Chris, Peter Mayhew, aka Chewbacca. So some personalized napkins. This is how it became a thing. There was a fellow Star Wars collector who was at an event, and he was getting signatures, and he grabbed one. He wanted to get an autograph for me. Well, there was nothing to sign except for a napkin at the table, and Mark Hamill was the first one to do this. So then it became a thing that he just grabbed a napkin and had other Star Wars people autograph the napkins. That's how I got autographed Star Wars napkins. The only other one that's missing from this collection. Okay, I'm gonna do something that I rarely do, and that is move. Physically move, yeah, I move frequently enough, but to actually move, oops, that's bad. I dropped a nail. This is not good. At least I think I dropped a nail. I did, I dropped a nail. I gotta look for that almost immediately. This is the last of the cloth napkins that I had framed since I collect Darth Vader things. To Chris the Gnome, Dave Prowse is Darth Vader. And so those are all of my napkins in my quote-unquote napkin collection, tissue collection. Not that I would necessarily have set out to collect these, but they are one of a kind. They're heirlooms. I think eventually what I might do is just get these sealed and mounted into one frame. It became a thing. Don't ask me. It was a gift. I'm not going to turn down a gift of these autographs, but that's what it was. And now I'm worried because I dropped a nail and Jedi comes in here. I'm worried because she picked up a Jawa the other day in a live broadcast and had a little gun. I'm having to start to put away a lot of my smaller figures, which I knew was inevitable, or, the play shop becomes off limits for a little while until Jedi stops putting things in her mouth. She didn't eat the gun. It was a fake gun, a little piece thing. So, I pretty much said everything I needed to say for today's Pirillo Picks. Thank you for tuning in. If you ever see something that you think I need to see, show me. If you ever hear about something you think I need to hear about, tell me. I'm going to move on to the rest of TLDR, answer some questions, interact with the patrons, talk about the news, and generally lay down some insight. It's really nice. Mike tweeted yesterday that every day TLDR, he learns something new, and being a patron is better than a subscription to Consumer Reports, and I'm very, very happy to be that for you. To become a patron, head over to chrispirillo.com. Today's free podcast highlight was brought to you by all of my active patrons from chrispirillo.com. If you want access to the full TLDR episodes, both audio, video, past, present, and future, which can be up to an hour long or longer, with even more tech insight from me every weekday, plus other bonus content without ads, and support me at the same time, you can sign up to become one of my supernomies too. This is just a brief taste of what I'm producing for you daily. Again, get more through chrispirillo.com. He says, don't blow your nose. Don't blow your... Oh, it does! It says, don't blow your nose. Oh, man, don't blow your nose, man. That is hilarious.